Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Best Iowa Cleaning Podcast with Brandon.
And Ryan,
Great to see you, my friend.
great to be here.
Yeah. Well, we've got some exciting news. As we say in every podcast, we've got just dropping tonight, actually, a mission statement that I think says it all. And actually, I'll let Ryan read it off because we were kind of brainstorming on what this is going to be, and Ryan really put you had about a paragraph written down.
Yeah,
Which to
that's
summarize,
very me.
well, yeah, and all of it was great. It's hard to, if we had to memorize. Well, we will memorize that because it's going to be part of everything we do. But that will be very important to just simplify it and keep it easy for the employees to know too. But
Yeah,
go ahead and read that off.
yeah. So everything we do wholeheartedly to serve others and to serve the Lord.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, yeah. I really like it, and I feel like that has been our mission statement without having verbalized it yet.
Mm-hmm.
In that way,
Yeah,
it's been there, and we just put the pen to paper, and
yeah,
you helped a lot with that. So thanks for helping me
yeah.
narrow it in. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm going to just again turn it over to you because you had said something to me before we started the episode of what that actually means to you. So go ahead. I'd like to share with the audience because it's important to me too.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty excited about it because, since I started working here about 7 years ago, Brandon has always been unafraid to share his beliefs, his faith, and I've always admired that in people that are just unafraid to completely be themselves and to speak openly about anything. That's something I've always wanted to do, and I'm no longer afraid to do that. So
Yeah, that's great.
knocking our notes over here.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, turn
But-
this over a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, part of this, it's a mission statement from both of us, and really from the whole entire team as well. I mean, this is something that I feel like resonates with everybody, but it certainly resonates with me, and I know with you too.
Yeah.
And there had been a long season of my life that I was just trying to do it on my own, and I didn't rely on God. And I went through a long period of time, pretty much since my teen years. And won't disclose how old I am now. Pretty old, but no. Long time,
man,
no.
I got you beat there.
Yeah. By a few days,
man.
maybe, no.
Yeah. I'm in my golden years.
Well, dang, I better hurry this thing along. No, anyway, I'm excited because I've started going back to church, taking my family to church, and trying to live the Word of God in my everyday life.
That's
and
right.
I feel like it's not separate when you go to work or anywhere.
No.
And it's ingrained and interwoven in everything that you and I both do.
Yeah.
We prayed before this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, sometimes it's easy to pray before a meal or, when things are going rough, you immediately, it's kind of like a resort thing, it's a last resort. But yeah, I'm going to say it too. So everything we do wholeheartedly to serve others and to serve the Lord. And I know that for me, when I started here, there was already a process and already a plan set up, but there's always been something more. I guess call it the following of. I'm a follower of Christ, and so because of that, when I serve, when I clean or train or anything I do, it is for the Lord. And so yeah, just putting that down was really helpful tonight. So thank you. Thanks for helping me on that.
thank you too.
Yeah. All right. So just to bring it back around, we've got some cool things. I got some things written down here. So bear with us as we look down at the notes and look back up. But one thing I want to talk about is, and it really relates with our mission statement here, but how switching our mindset, especially my mindset early on from selling our cleaning service to different customers and from switching it to helping people solve their pain, and how that changed our culture and just made it a more fun and better, happier place to work.
Yeah, sure it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And so before we get into that, though, we've got some questions based on culture or just actually company missions. We did culture last week, so I got to get my my thing right here.
You got it.
Do you want to take off the first question there?
Sure,
Thank
sure.
you.
So, yeah, I love that we're making this interactive, by the way. So I hope people out there will comment, that they'll like our podcast and like actually go out and tap the like. Yeah, if you like it, and go ahead and share it.
Share it at least with 10 people each, please.
Yeah, we want to get some views out there, get some interaction going. So
yep. But your comments are helpful though for us to be able to grow in what we're doing here. So please comment.
Yeah. So what is your company's mission? That's the first thing I'd like to know. And Brandon, what would you like to build off of that?
You want me to answer that question, or you want me to go to the second?
Oh, second one's fine, yeah.
We actually will get to these in a second. So that was a good one. The second one is, do you feel like you resonate well with the company mission or their vision? Great. And how about the third one?
And if you do, how does that affect you for carrying that out at work, if it does?
Yeah, day to day.
Yeah.
It's good. So if we're doing these questions, let's go ahead and ask. I'm going to ask you. So what's our company mission? We're going to do this periodically through the podcast, but yeah, what's our company mission?
See if I've got it memorized by now.
Okay.
So, nope, I had to look.
It's really tough off on the fly. It's really tough.
Hopefully some people are laughing at me right now. All right. Everything we do wholeheartedly to serve others and to serve the Lord.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yep, that's great.
Yep.
And so I'll just ask you the second question too. So how do you feel like that? How do you feel like you resonate with our company mission?
Oh, well, I do. Yeah, I do feel like I resonate with it every single day.
And why? Yeah.
Because I just felt like I was lost at sea before.
Okay.
That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah.
Like, why do we do anything? This world's going crazy.
It's very selfish. It's more
Yes.
like on ourselves as opposed to serving others. It's kind of a weird thing.
It's very strange. Yeah. And it's like, where are you getting to? And really, if you're serving God and you're doing that with your whole heart, you're doing it just to make somebody else's life better, and you can do that with the company you work for or that you're building. There's not much better in my mind than that it could get.
No, I completely agree. And you know what's funny is when last week we were in Vinton, and we did some condos for some elderly people that are actually owned by the hospital there, and it was so cool because we got to have a big majority of our team come in from one of the schools that were helping us out, and Ryan was there also, and for me and for Ryan, we got to serve the team lunch every day. So Monday through Wednesday, not something that is required or necessary. Did it eat into the profit? Absolutely. But it was kind of like a mission project in itself that week. And it was so cool to see how each individual resident had their little list. But I actually got an email from our contact that just said that everyone had said the team is awesome. They really appreciated us being there, and I if we can in the future, Ryan and I have talked about possibly going for free, or just not charging them anything and continuing to serve, because they're just I'm a little biased because they're so great to work with and they're sweet people, but
yes. But
that was fun, and I feel like it is an act of service when we go and do that, because it's just completely different than our normal routine.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it felt great leaving every single time. I mean, it was just, you left knowing that you just brightened somebody's day, an elderly person's day. That they loved us. And I loved them. They're great people.
It's fun to hear the stories and everything. So as you're working, it's really hard, especially for us guys, to be able to focus on one thing and then talk and carry on a conversation. It's really tough. So it was nice having more of us in there. But you connected with Steve.
Yeah, I did.
You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, well, Steve's an awesome guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Both he and his wife. And,
And
we were talking about cooking. I saw he had a Blackstone out in his garage, and I've got one too. And got to hear stories about, he was like what do you call it? Like a flat, I can't think of fry cook or something like that. He used to do that as, in his younger days.
Yeah.
For his work. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
making some awesome burgers, I'm sure.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
he's had some interesting. He's got interesting stories. You
Yeah.
know? I don't know. He's a fun guy. So
Yeah.
fun husband and wife. But yeah, it was a good time, and I appreciated having you and the whole team with me. So thank you.
Well, it was an amazing experience, really.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yep.
It lines up with everything, including our mission statement. So, so now we're going to get into a little bit of this, the heading here. So, how switching our mindset from selling our service to the customer, where you're. Let me break that down a little bit. So, pursuing and selling and what that looks like. So for us, when I came on with Night Shift, it was basically we already had advertising packets. We had everything set up. We would go in, and me being new to the cleaning industry in general, I was always at first. I was like, oh man, can we do this? Are we going to be able to follow through on what we're saying we can do? And you'd look at the building and you would wonder, how is this going to work? You know, and having the confidence to sell that. We never looked at who they used to have. We never compared ourselves to anybody else. We had our margin. We had everything set up, and there was a process to it. And then we turned in the bid, and it was really just about trading, going in and doing a routine cleaning for money.
Right.
And when I said just not really knowing if we would be able to do it, we proved that it was possible, and that's really the finding the right team for the location and having a system that's going to work. But it proved that long term that was a little bit tough to sustain because it wasn't quite as much fun, and I think the wholeheartedly serving others and serving the Lord, or having that focus, for me, it was always about that. But for the team, it was hard to reciprocate that, and especially when everything was so set up. And so,
and if I can add,
yeah, go ahead and add, yeah, please.
I feel like both of us have become bolder and more unafraid to weave in our own, our own beliefs, core values, and everything else that we're doing into the company, and realizing it has to be about us and about our employees first and foremost. To really make it work the way it has.
That's right. Yeah. Well, and Ryan and I can only do so much.
Exactly.
And so really who represents us is our team.
Yes.
They're the ones that are out there making those connections and making it possible. So they really do brighten up, not just Ryan and my day every day, but the locations they're in cleaning too. So it's been really a positive one. So talk a little bit, Ryan, with our audience here about how when we started to make the shift of focusing on the pain, when we would go in and do bid walkthroughs and stuff, we had a series of questions that kind of diverted just the normal cleaning plan to pain. So tell us about that.
Well, I can remember, I've been fortunate enough to be able to be in on some of those with you.
Yeah.
Have conversations with new prospective clients, and really just taking the shift away from the super detailed list, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a super detailed cleaning list, and here's what we're going to do, here's what we won't do. Shifting that focus to how can we make your life better? What kind of pain are you experiencing? Are you experiencing a headache with having to constantly hire more cleaners or constantly follow up, or really laser in on that pain that they're experiencing because they're not getting the cleaning they need? Maybe they're not getting any cleaning at all, and it's just the environment's becoming very dirty and very unfun to have to be in. So it's incredible what a really good cleaning from really awesome people can do.
Definitely. It's just even if it was like one recently, every other day cleaning, to oh man, I'm really feeling like our increased foot traffic is frustrating because the floors are constantly dirty. They're clean after you clean them, but they're just it's just not enough. And so then you take that pain and you say, well, we're ready. Here's a suggestion, and they can decide what they want to do from there. But it certainly certainly is more meaningful when you're able to, that point of contact, make them look better, make them enjoy coming into work more. When there's a little more emotion attached to the cleaning, it just, I don't know, there's something that changes and shifts.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of emotional when you walk into well, you look at our office right now. It's like, holy, oh man. No, it just, it's. I guess if we were to pan over and look at my desk, the sign of a true genius is your desk is cluttered and dirty, not dirty, but cluttered, completely cluttered, and
Yeah.
it is. I think I have more coffee mugs on my desk than papers, but anyways, yeah, you understand. But if we came in, it was all cleaned up, it would be, I would feel better.
Yeah.
It would just be like, all right, I'm ready to start the day. It's all organized and ready to go. So
I know what you mean.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, all right. Well, thanks for running us through that pain conversation, and you did a little bit, Ryan, in pursuing sales more on a professional level, through the call centers and other things that you were doing. What's your take on that as opposed to what our shift has been?
Good question. So I think when you're going out, you're pursuing sales, you've got the focus and really the chase on the end goal.
Yeah.
The money. That is the end goal. That's what you're going to be rewarded with if you give someone value. But really, that's not our focus, yours and mine.
Right.
Ours is to make people's lives better,
Mm-hmm.
to enrich the lives of our employees.
Yeah.
And to give them a great place to work, somewhere that's fun, somewhere that feels like a home away from home.
Yeah.
That's our goal. That's what we really want to provide everyone. And we feel like the customers that we serve, they're going to pick up on that right away. Like they're going to know that, wow, these people are giving us what they need, and they seem to love being here, which is
when you solve the pain, the money is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a part of it. It's not the it's
Right.
not the end all be all.
Yeah. Well, it's not constantly brought up in conversation.
Right.
I can't believe we're paying this much money and not getting what we want. If you're solving the pain, the money's irrelevant.
Right.
But yeah, it's needed to make the whole thing work. But you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wanted to make sure
Yeah.
I didn't lose focus and
Yeah.
sight of your question too for
Mm-hmm.
pursuing versus selling. But
Yeah. No, that was good.
yeah.
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 Perfect.
All right.
Well, I don't know. Anything else you want to? Let's see. Favorite. I was gonna say favorite movie quote again, but let's narrow in the category. So
Okay.
it's comedy, but it has to be something Spanish. Okay, like some bit in there. Okay, so it's limited,
Oh boy.
but go ahead.
Go ahead with
It's gotta
something
be
Spanish.
gotta be a comedy, and it's gotta be just a comedy bit from within that movie.
Like in Spanish or?
No, not necessarily. Just kind of a reference, like a just.
Let's see. Well,
not to put you on the spot there.
that's
but
all right. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
I knew he was going to say that. I knew it. Oh man, so predictable. But no, that's Monty Python and the Spanish Inquisition. The comfy chair.
No, not the comfy chair.
Oh man. No, I was gonna reference Nacho Libre. And there was more. I mean, I thought you were gonna do. Let's see. I don't know the actual Ron Burgundy when they were doing the fight. All the news anchors. Spanish Evening News. You know that. I won't say the first part. That's not appropriate for this podcast. Do you think I like sleeping alone every night in my bed? It's fantastic. Oh man, sometimes I wish I looked like Nacho Libre. 'Cause it just looks ridiculous, you know. Oh man, wouldn't that be cool though?
Grow a mustache, give yourself a perm, see how it turns out.
Oh man, yeah, yep. Anyways, I got that on the brain because my two oldest are in Mexico right now on a service project with our church, and yeah, we're praying for you. I hope you guys are safe and are having a good time, and also I'm hoping that you are adding value to the church there in Mexico City, and that all's going well. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah. Very cool opportunity.
definitely. Do you want to close us out, Ryan?
Sure. So yeah, again, just excited about the mission statement that we've found to be true to us. So I'm gonna say it again. Everything we do wholeheartedly to serve others and to serve the Lord. And I'm excited about that, to do that day in and day out.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, check out our YouTube channel. And actually, if you just search Best Iowa Cleaning Podcast, it's going to pop right up. You'll see Ryan and Brandon. Hit subscribe, please. And then check out our Facebook and share with as many people. Remember to comment so that we can learn and we can get back to you on those questions. And we're going to keep asking them. So hope you guys have a blessed night. Thanks, Ryan, for being here.
Thank you too.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks
Love
for
you.
watching.